sugar high. Yeah.
I think so. She did have a waffle, so.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my gosh, you're gonna hurt yourself. Oh.
Oh no.
All right. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of technical difficulties. This is our 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock shift for the SCTV Media Marathon. Today we're going to be starting off something fun and quick. We're going to be playing this board game called Kiewel. It's got a lot of interesting rules to it, a lot of interesting ways to play, and I think we're all going to have a really good time, so let's get right into it. So first things first, everyone will draw their 2 cards.
Don't look at each other's cards, though.
All right, so first turn, I'm going to take 3 coins from the treasury. So this is the treasury. I now have 5 coins. It's now Brooke's turn. Oh, and I used the Duke, by the way.
I'm going to 4 and 8. That's just taking 2 coins.
Okay.
I'm going to exchange my cards.
All right. So, Liv, you'll look on that sheet. Whatever cards you have, you can use the abilities that correspond to each one of these. So if you have a Duke, you can take 3 coins.
I'm taxing, I'm stealing, I'm assassinating, I'm blocking, and I'm exchanging.
Whatever you want,
to, but
basically,
I say like I'm stealing 2 coins from Mike.
Okay.
I call coup.
What do you do if you're wrong?
All right. So if you're wrong, you have to discard the card. If you're right, you have to show us the card that you just used. So
if you're
basically what you used the
blue one.
Captain.
The captain. So if you don't have, you have to prove you have the captain. So either play the captain, if you have it. If you don't have it, then you have to just discard the card.
So like I can play it.
Yeah, and
yes.
Because I called coup on you, now I have to put mine back. And
okay.
And you'll draw a new card.
Right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Put that card on the bottom.
Okay.
And so you'll get a
Good
new card.
learning. There you go.
Yeah.
You did it.
And now I'm down to 1 card, so I'm losing.
Okay. Yeah. If you run out of cards, you lose.
Yep. All right. I'm going to tax again.
I'm going to steal 2 coins.
I'm going to tax. If I can get them out of my thing. There we go. I'm gonna steal 2 coins. What happens when I get 7?
You have the option to coup someone.
Take a card.
Yes.
No, you don't take the card.
You put it.
Yeah, you hurt the person, they have to put the card back. Cool. All right, I have 7 coins, and I'm going to coup you. So discard a card, unless you can block it. Or no, you can't block it. You can't block it.
So I just stick this in the bottom?
Yep.
Or do I just, okay.
Yep. I mean, you can show us, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Got you.
And now I have no coins.
Yeah.
Nice.
Broke.
Nice.
All right.
I'm going to steal 2 from that.
Okay. So, what do I do?
Anything you want.
If you don't want to play against anyone, you can do these 2. Or you can fake having the Duke and take 3.
Take 1 coin or take 2 coins?
Mm-hmm.
Why would I just take 1 coin?
Because it's like a safe option. No one can block it or
Okay, then I'll just do that.
call you out on anything.
All right, my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Take 3. Your turn.
Income.
I'm going to coup. And I'm going to coup Mike. Sorry.
As you
Sorry,
should.
Mike.
Yep.
You're
All
too
right.
dangerous.
I lost.
Too dangerous.
Too dangerous.
Okay. So, just gonna do this again. Oh.
the end of the round, you get air sprayed.
He
when
lost.
you lose.
He lost.
I did
But
lose.
at the end of the
Oh,
game.
okay.
Yeah, guys,
Yeah,
at the
sorry.
end.
Okay,
Gosh.
at the end.
Jeez. Don't even
That's the
listen.
camera.
My turn.
Look at that. That's the camera.
I was just looking at TV.
Oh. I'm talking to the TV. I'm like, that's the camera.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
Okay. Does it matter how much influence they have to coup someone?
Yeah, you have to have 7 influence.
Does the other
Influence is
person
the
have to
points.
have
No.
7? Okay.
That hurts.
You
I know.
don't have enough to do that.
I have 7.
Yeah, she has
Oh,
like-
yeah, you do.
Does that get rid of my coins or no?
Yes.
Okay. Just me and you live, unless you
Okay.
have cards.
No, I have one left.
Okay.
I'm on my last life.
So am I. Okay, I'm gonna be like brutally like.
Oh my god.
So, if this is like the card that I have, could I do one? Could I like exchange one?
Yeah, you can only.
Yeah, you can only exchange one.
Okay.
The first winner.
I didn't know if you had to have 2 to exchange.
No.
The first winner. The first loser.
Gets the air.
Yeah, but on the second round, if the first loser on the second round gets
Air.
again
Okay.
a different one.
Okay.
I believe it's your turn.
Me?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm going to steal 2. Okay. Okay. That's fine.
Probably not BS. Or coup. I'm gonna steal 2 coins from you.
How dare you? How could
I'm
you?
sorry. It hurts.
No, please. I have a wife and kids. I'm going to steal 2 points from Liv again.
I'm going to text.
I'm gonna exchange.
Income.
I'm going to tax.
I'm going to also tax. I take 3 coins from here, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And do I have to? No, I don't have to.
No, you don't have to do nothing.
Cool.
You don't gotta do nothing.
You only have to coup when
When
you
you
have
have
10.
10.
7 is the minimal cost.
Okay.
What are your turn?
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna coup.
No!
Sorry.
Mine.
You still have 2 cards. We're on 1. You gotta join the game.
I mean, that's fair, I guess. That's fine. That's fine. Do I get rid of my coins or not? Just take the card.
You just put the card back.
Okay.
It'll just be 1 card.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. All right, Liv, you
So
got it.
If I coup one of you loses.
Yes.
I don't know who to do that to.
I mean, you can be nice. You don't have to.
Nice to me.
Choose the very best one, and you are not it.
I see how it is, Liv.
Brooke,
We
gotta
had,
go.
we had such a special moment together.
I know. We've had multiple special moments.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
I guess I'll let it slide.
Special is definitely the right word.
What?
I said special is definitely the right word.
Wow, thanks, Mike. That's so nice of you.
What? You guys are special people to me.
Oh,
I think
wow.
you guys are just unique in a way that no one else is.
Thanks, man.
I'm just gonna do
So thoughtful.
What am I gonna do?
All or nothing, man.
Oh, frick. BS, you don't have a Duke.
How did you? Whoa! Hey!
That was good.
Did I just win?
You just
won.
won!
Oh my god! We just won our first round of coup, everybody. Let's
Dude, how
go.
did you take income?
Do what?
You had a Duke, you could take tax.
Yeah, you could do 3.
I was just waiting for you.
Oh. Way to go,
That
Liv!
was good.
Yeah!
Another good thing to note is each one of these cards there's only 4 of in the deck. So if you see like
No, there's only 3 of.
3, you got the smaller version.
Oh yeah, probably.
Okay.
Okay.
You have 4 then?
No, Colin does.
Oh.
Colin does.
There's actually 3 people who are
All right.
getting.
You guys want to play another round?
Yes.
Sure.
You remember?
Do you want to, Liv?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
We gotta get the
Did you
air.
forget?
Yes, please.
I won.
My hands
She
are
can
sweating
spray
so
that.
bad.
Yeah, this
They're
is a
sweating
reward.
so bad. Oh.
All right. Let's draw our cards. All right.
Mike, I just saw your cards.
No. Well.
No.
you
You
didn't.
should redraw.
No.
Why? I know what cards you have.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, you do know.
Yeah.
You got a point.
I got a point.
Yeah, you get 2 points
Because
actually.
I'm making it to where you can't see what cards I have.
One.
Okay, well maybe you should hide them better next time.
Well, maybe you should not look at my cards next
You
time.
look at my cards all the time.
Well, maybe you should.
You're a
not.
cheater, man.
And?
And?
And? So what? Deal with
That's not how you play.
it. Deal with it. Don't care.
Wow, you're so nice.
Yeah, a lot of people say that.
We don't start with coins.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
start
you
with
do.
2.
You start with 2.
Oh, on the next round, you get to choose wear a hat or do this if you lose.
Okay.
All right.
But if you win, you get to choose what game is next.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds fair.
That sounds like a
What
good
does
idea.
influence mean?
Influence is what these are called.
That's the currency.
Okay, so you lose 1.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I thought influence was the cards.
But this one's even funnier.
No,
Choose player to lose influence, and that's a coup.
okay.
Okay.
So these are power. These coins are power. The cards are influence.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. I am gonna take one.
Okay.
Your turn.
I know.
Well, then do something.
Why you gotta rush me?
Because it's funny.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you're laughing.
Yeah, I am. Ha, ha, ha,
Can
ha, 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 ha.
Make my birthday.
Oh
You
my
need a
god.
shoe tie?
Someone's stacked. Tie her shoe.
Tie her
Go, go. Ah!
You just hit yourself?
No. How's this?
There you go.
Alright, your turn, Liv.
Okay. I'm going to take 3 coins.
Okay.
But yeah, last round I started off with a assassin and a Contessa, and I switched my cards, and I got an assassin and a Contessa.
Oh my god.
A Contessa blocks the assassin, and assassin where 3 power will automatically deal 1 damage to a person.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna try to get this on my
It's your
head.
turn.
I'm gonna take 2.
Okay, I need this. I'm gonna go put some more signs on the door, but I have to
Okay.
Okay.
write them.
Make them look pretty.
Yeah.
Make them look real nice.
Move my cards again. Okay. I'm going to take 3.
I'm gonna take 3 as well.
I might have to use this table. Well,
Okay. Okay. You can use the table.
Yeah, nice empty space.
I don't think you have to do.
Oh, you don't?
I
That
don't
really
know.
sucks. That really sucks because I do have the
Oh!
So, toss one, won't you?
Yikes.
Seriously.
All right. All right.
For you.
She's drawing
Where
a
were
picture.
you?
I was out there talking to Mr. Huey. Did you miss me?
I didn't see yet.
I was hiding from you.
Fine, Mike. Whatever. You just always seem to have to do. It's
Mike does always
it's
have the
whatever
truth.
though.
Right.
I don't understand it. Always he has it.
It's called coup.
Coup.
Yes.
Are you overthrowing the government?
Yes.
Kinda, yeah.
Can I take
I tried to overthrow
Your turn.
Mike's government, but
My turn?
didn't work out so well.
Take 3. You guys need to play music or something.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we probably should.
Hang on.
I'm going to what's it? Coup. Mike.
Why?
Oh,
Why
yeah.
me again? I didn't do anything.
Take him out.
She's already down to 1.
Yeah, but she's not.
Yeah, but hey,
I'm scared that you're gonna win, so.
I don't have anything that can
we
make me
fear
win.
you.
I
I'll
don't
toss
believe
one
you.
though. I'll toss one though.
6, 7.
Oh, you can actually.
I'm
You only have 1 now then?
Yep, I'm gonna take 3 and I'm gonna coup live.
Oh dang.
I thought you couldn't do that in the same turn.
I thought you couldn't either.
Well, then I'm cooing you next turn. I don't care.
Doing
Next
you.
turn.
It's a verb.
Be scared. Be scared.
Be
I am
terrified.
scared. I'm terrified.
She's only got 1 coin.
Oh, it's already there.
Ooh, you got a decision to make.
I do.
Oh dang it.
This one's for you.
This one's for you right here.
You know, it's a coup. I thought war pigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
I think it's also called. It's weird. It's one of those songs with 2 names. It's War Pigs and Gabriel's Wall.
Oh,
I don't know why they
I
do
just know
that.
it as war pigs.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that.
Michael.
Hmm.
I think. Wait. I think I can too.
There's a war pigs playlist.
You just saved my life, Brooke.
Anything for
Luke's
you,
Wall. It
Liv.
says war
Anything
pigs.
for you, love.
War pigs.
I will never
/
kill you again.
Luke's Wall.
Luke's Wall, that's what it is. I don't know why it's called that. Alright, yeah.
Cannot be blocked or
I'm done
challenged.
playing.
I think these are all.
What?
I'm done playing.
Yeah, we're just playing this playlist.
I
I'm
just
sure
get
this
killed
one.
every first turn, so.
There.
You're scary, man.
Whole playlist,
And you
don't
always
worry.
have the Duke. I don't know why.
Is it my turn?
I didn't have the Duke.
You
I took 3 coins 4 times, and I never had the Duke. That
Really?
I called you out on it.
The game before.
Oh my
The
god.
one
I
time he
should
does
have.
have the Duke, you call
God.
him out on it.
never have the Duke. I just I
You had it last round though.
Yeah, that's just good luck.
You had it when I first played him.
Okay, I'm going to take 3 coins.
Okay.
What's poppin' ready?
Did you see yourself? Did you see yourself on the camera?
Just wait a second. Oh, there
There
you
she
are.
is. Look at her zoom past. There she goes. I love it. Sheer run a sheer track star. Is it my turn? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I know what you will pick if you lose this.
Ooh, she's gonna pick the hat.
You only have 2 left.
Does assassinating get rid of a card?
Yes, but they can block it with me.
Yeah,
So.
okay.
That is if they have
I could, Mike, so I don't have any coins.
to. Oh yeah.
Okay. Because I was like, wait a minute. Why do I have so many coins?
Didn't you take some though? You took like
No.
1 or something. No?
I'm just going to for an 8 then. I forgot to get rid of my coins. It's really fine.
Okay.
No! Dang! Dang!
Okay.
She won the last round, you gotta take it down.
Yep.
Alright. Yay.
I'm going.
You still have 2? Dang,
Yeah, I
what?
still got 2.
Well,
Probably not for long though.
yeah, I'm gonna pay 3, and then
You're gonna assassinate?
yeah, I'm gonna assassinate you.
I blocked the
Both.
Cool.
Coup.
Cool.
Yeah.
Coup.
Thing.
So you just lost both your
I
cards.
lost both. Because if
Yeah.
you try to assassinate me, that's 1 card, and then you call a coup on
Okay,
me,
and then you have
it
to give up
counts
another
for
one.
2.
Okay.
Figured it was worth a shot.
It was. Risky, but. And then if I called you out and I was wrong, I had to give mine back, right?
Yeah,
Right.
you would lose the card.
So I put in all my marbles just now.
Yeah.
And you got it. You did it,
You
Liv.
did it.
Look
You
at
took
you.
me out.
Look at me go.
I'm going to
Okay. I'll do that too.
Oh! I want to do it, but I don't want to do it. I don't know if I should risk it. You know what?
Get for the biscuit.
I'm going. I'm gonna assassinate you, Liv.
I don't have a Contessa. You win.
Yeah!
Damn.
Boom!
Fat L.
Liv's first dub.
And my first L.
There you go. Now you're getting your
On
full
one.
experience. Are you guys done with it then?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. I'm not sure where Mike went, but he's in the control room. But well, what do you guys want to do now?
We have any videos?
Oh yeah, we have videos. We should probably run a video.
Or does Mike want to cook?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really hot. Feels that waffle maker. Oh. Mike. Mike.
He just ignored us.
Phoebus.
We also have the resistance, which is kind of like.
Yeah, I saw that.
Michael.
Oh, he's setting up to paint.
Oh. So I guess we're gonna do painting next.
So next, you
painting.
can see
So
my
we're gonna get Bob Ross up in here with
Yup.
dressed up as Mike Huey,
Dressed up as Mike Huey.
and I guess he's gonna do something with that. I don't know what he's gonna paint. I don't know. I know he's very skilled.
Yeah.
Very skilled.
Very, very skilled.
Because of Warhammer that he plays. So I'm going to wear the hat.
Yeah. It's hat time.
I think it's hat time, guys.
Yeah.
Dude, I
How do I
shoved my
look?
hand
I don't
in
know.
my
Fabulous.
trunk
I look
earlier.
very nice, very much
Positively
pilgrim.
stunning.
Look at my bruised hand.
Oh my.
You're what?
I shoved my fingers in my trunk today.
Ooh. What? No, that's awful. Oh my gosh.
That's not good. Don't ask me how somebody shoved their own fingers in their trunk, but I know that.
We're about to run a video so I can get set up.
What video are we gonna run?
What video?
One takes up one time.
Okay.
Do you want me to?
So we're probably gonna transition a little bit, and then we're gonna run a video to do that. So whenever that pops up, I guess we'll do a little scene change. So we'll see you then with painting.
Painting with Mike.
Yeah.
Good evening, State. Welcome back to the first annual Masters Rock, Paper, Scissors Tournament. Today we have competing Cash Russell, Brian Lindsley, Jeff Austin, Peyton Moody, and here we go into the first bout. We've got Brian and Cash here lining it up. Beautiful form. Let's see that on the instant replay. Gorgeous form. Continuing into match 2, we have Cash Russell with a win and Brian Lindsley with a lose. Here we have our two competitors getting ready. And the throw. Gorgeously played. See that again on the instant replay. Beautiful form. Amazing execution. Couldn't have done it better myself. Alrighty, here in our final match we got Cash Russell and Peyton Moody. Let's get to it. Let's see it happen. Gorgeous, absolutely beautifully played. And here again, it just shows why Cash Russell is a master of rock, paper, scissors. And our final score, we have Cash Russell as our champion. Here's Cash with some insight on his recent win.
I feel amazing. I can't believe I won. It was so much work.
This is Mike Huey, Alex Buckner, and Brooke Lamanske signing out for STTV. Thank you for watching. things first, I'm going to start with a little bit of light portrait pink right here. We're going to start that off with our sunset colors. So we're going to start at the top here. Work as much paint into this big brush as we can. And we're just going to start kind of layering all of this paint on nice. And you're just going to want to get a nice base coat on there.
That failed.
You're fine with it.
You want me to set this right here?
Yeah.
Alright.
Have fun painting.
You're going to want to kind of keep your motion very straight. The sky doesn't have a whole lot of curves in it. A little more paint. You're just going to want to only really get this top section brightest color. So we're starting off pretty bright here with this pink, and we're going to work our way down into some reds, blues, and purples at the very bottom here. Work it all onto the canvas. You're going to want to get thin coats because we're going to be building up a lot of layers here once we start blending our colors in to create that nice, vibrant sunset. Alright, using the same brush, we're going to move on down to a little bit of medium magenta here. Just going to put that on the same little plate I've got here set up for a palette. You don't have to be too careful whenever you're setting up stuff like this because most of it will just be blending, so you're not too worried about your colors mixing and you getting some wonky stuff. In fact, it's probably better because it creates a real nice blend down into the next color you're using. Just going to mix that in with a little bit of the leftover pink there. We're just going to start about right here, and you're just going to work it all in there like so. You're going to mix as much of it on the palette as you, or on the canvas as you can. And you're just going to start working up all those layers. Much of that on there as you want. We're going to come back in with just a little bit more of this pink. We're going to start blending up a little bit. Going to blend all that in. You want to try and make your brush strokes as non-visible as possible, but it is okay if you have a little bit of your brush strokes in there because it will end up just looking like a little bit of wind or turbulence in the skyline. And that's always a nice little touch you can add to kind of spruce up your paintings if you're painting forests or anything of that nature. It always helps a little bit just to add a little bit of that in there. because then you get that extra little amount of blending and that extra little motion, and it looks more realistic. And we're just gonna mix again. We're gonna go a little bit lighter because I think I went a little too dark. And we're just gonna touch up this top here. And we're gonna add a little more of this pink. We're just trying to get the best blend of color as we can. Nice and light in color like that, and then you're just going to go back over this little top section and you're going to drag it all downwards. This kind of creates a nice gradient throughout the entire painting and gives your sunset much more of a layered feeling to it, like a real sunset where you see all the layered colors. And we're just going to keep going in, we're just going to touch up any spots we don't like. Don't be worried, any mistakes you make, you can just fix along the way. It is your painting, so you get to do exactly what you want with it. There's no one else who can tell you what to do. It's one of the beautiful things about art. Blending, blending. We're just going to get in there with nice, even brush strokes. Put down a lot of that paint in there. We're going to try a little bit of stippling to kind of break up a lot of that same looking blends on it. Get a little more paint on the brush there. Try to touch up that last little spot on the top. And now we've got this nice start to the gradient here. Just going to downstroke all of this. Try to help it out a little bit. Give a little more look to it, you know? Alright? And then next we're going to come in with a nice dark purple. What we're going to do is we're going to be using some of this dioxazine purple, or dioxazine purple. It's a very deep, rich purple, so I don't think we're going to need a whole lot, but I want to make sure we have a nice dark tone on the bottom of our painting here. And look at that mix, that's just beautiful. It lightens it up because we have that lighter color, which is one of the benefits of working light to dark, is you don't have to worry about messing up your dark colors as much or your light colors as much because you're just working down in a natural progression of how light usually hits stuff. So we're going to go in, we're just going to slap all that on there the best we can. Keep getting as much as you can until this whole canvas has no white spots left on it. Go back and grab a little bit more of this purple. Not quite enough paint on the palette. You really want to load this brush down as heavily as you can, with as much paint as you can get on that brush. Help you get it on there nice and quick, and we'll just blow past all these base coats. Just going to go downwards. You're going to want to try and pull as much of the light colors down with your brush as you can as you're going here. You can see it's starting to blend up real nice. And we are going to come back in with a little more of that pink we were using before, just to kind of accentuate that mid-tone we've got. Keep going through, making nice blends. A little bit of paint on my fingers there. That's okay. more of this purple because I'm just having a little bit of a hard time getting it to just stick. I don't know what's going on, but it's just not putting down paint the way it usually does. Nice little heaping glob of that purple. Touch up all those edges. Sometimes they can be a little tricky. And we're just going to stroke down again. Try and blend as much of those lights into the darks. Alright, then I'm going to come back with a little bit of this pink here. And a little bit of the magenta we're using. Going to give this a healthy mix on my palette. Look at that beautiful mid-tone we just created. And again, we're just going to come back through. We're going to kind of brush down as much as we can. A little more of that nice mid-tone magenta. Brighten this up a tiny bit. I'm going to take a little bit of our unbleached titanium. It's a nice off-white color. And I'm just going to reestablish that very, very highlight again. It's a nice muted cream color. It's very, very nice for painting sunsets. And it just livens all of that right back up to a nice pink. I'm just going to come down from this very top layer. nice gradient on there. I'm going to call that good for now, because we're a little crunched on time today. Wash out your brush, make sure to get as much paint out of this thing as you can. It is terrible to leave a dirty brush laying out. It will kill all of your brushes. Just going to cap up these paints, because I don't think we're going to be coming back to them anytime soon. And next we're going to start on our ground. For that, we're going to start off with a nice deep brown. Take a little paper towel here. Wipe out your brush the best you can. I'm just going to beat the devil out of it. Go ahead and just... Alrighty. Now I'm going to crack out this nice nifty wet palette, which is very nice for keeping your paints wet for a long time. I'm going to start with our darkest brown here. We've got a little bit of raw umber. It's a beautiful color for dirt. Creates a very, very reddish brown tone whenever you're painting. Absolutely love it. Going to go in on this bottom. We're just going to start filling out all the spots we want to have that nice brown color on them. It's okay if you mix a little bit of the background into this. It'll tie it all together. It'll get a nice subtle purple hue to the dirt. We're just going to use a very small layer of this darkest brown here. Locking in all of our colors here. I'm starting at this bottom edge here because that'll give us plenty of room to work upwards whenever we need to start getting our dirt and foliage more up the canvas. I'm just going to take a little bit more of this burnt umber. I'm just going to put it on my palette there. I am going to switch brushes. Now, before I was using probably a 6 or 7. I'm going up to an 8. These brushes are very nice for covering large areas very quickly. Not quite as nice as my extra large brush that's sitting there, but this gets the job done all the same. And you're just going to put in all that nice brown. And now we're just going to be stippling it on. Stippling is where we take the brush and we kind of just roughly jab it. We're going to do this because it creates a very, very, very pretty texture whenever we do it correctly. course, I'm just going to blend these edges out. Come in again. We're just going to blend and blend and blend all these colors together the best we can. We just want to get a beautiful, beautiful forest going here. We want to get those dirt tones in there before we start putting any kind of trees on this painting. We're just going to keep blending all that dirt together. I think I'm going to make a nice little hill up here. Maybe get a cottage on it. Some silhouettes. They're always very, very pleasant. Alright. Then I'm going to come in with a little bit of a lighter brown now. And this one is just burnt umber. That's burnt ochre. Sorry, not umber. It's almost a yellowish brown kind of color. You can see a lot of the yellow pigment shining through there whenever it gets thin. And now we're just going to come in and we're just going to keep doing exactly what we were doing before. We already got our nice dark base coat down, so we can start building outwards more. And you just want to kind of go with rough, organic shapes. You know, go down here with like a little hill, goes into the valley. Now this will create the illusion that this is closer than what we previously painted because the light will be brighter on it. So you'll want to put more pronounced trees and things like that on this. And we're just going to keep mixing and blending. It's okay if your blends aren't perfect. Dirt's never one unified color. It usually has some nice variation in there. We're just going to go down. I am going to add a little bit of this over here on this side to kind of balance out the colors. And again, you just want to go with a very, very random, organic look to it. It'll create a very, very realistic valley. And I think that's what we're trying to do here today. Come back in. I think I want it to be a tad bit taller and a tad bit more jagged. So I'm going to balance out both sides and I'm just going to add a little more of this brown down into this one. And then I'm going to come down like this and I'm kind of going to make a sort of hill on a hill type deal. And that'll look real neat. And we're just going to get this a little bit more height to it. Always gotta have steep hills. Alrighty. Next things we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of green to our palette, just right on top of the brown, because we don't want it to be too bright. But I am gonna start with a brighter green so that brown doesn't desaturate it too much. And that nice touch of green, add a little bit of the idea that it's got some foliage, got some plants to it. And we're just going to stipple that on there randomly. We're going to just add it at the top a little bit, to the sides, maybe some down at the bottom. Creates this nice kind of brown. We're just going to stipple it all over. And again, this will just create layers of what looks like different dirts, different types of grasses, different hills. Creates a whole little environment in just one painting. That's the beautiful, beautiful thing. And now that we keep going, we're just going to fill in all the spots that we missed. And again, we're just going to stipple this on. We don't want anything looking too smooth because I don't think anybody's ever seen smooth dirt before. And you just want it to kind of emulate what you see when you go on hikes or on walks. You know, walking the dog, you ever just look around, you want to take note of those things. It will really help your painting experience. You'll learn how things appear and what color values do to each of the individual parts of an object. And we're just going to keep creating some of these nice tones to the bottom. I am going to line the entire bottom panel here. Alright. Just going to clean our brush off. Set my palette down here real quick. I'm just going to clean off this brush. And now we're going to move on to some of the details in the sky. So first things first, we're going to take a little bit of our, that's not silver, that's not gray. Alright, and we're just going to take some of this neutral gray, put a little bit on our palette, and we're going to start blocking in where we want clouds to be. So this neutral gray will create a nice shadow on the clouds that we can then bring up with the white we use. And that's a nice off-white. I don't think any clouds are quite pure white. And we're just going to stipple rough kind of cloud shapes all over the sky. And again, you just want to be nice and random. Don't worry if your strokes have a little bit hanging off the edge. Clouds are never all uniform in shape and size. And we're just going to go through here and we're going to stipple on little cloud shapes out in the distance. Nice sunset. The sun's already gone down below the horizon. There's still a little bit of light in there. We're just going to come across and we're going to build up nice clouds. Just like that. And these are just our base shapes. This isn't going to be anything permanent quite yet. Make sure to rotate your brush just a little bit when you're painting clouds and organic shapes. It helps with the randomness as your brush never sits quite the same position twice. And you're just going to build up all these nice shapes. Just going to come in with one more little cloud over here. And then next we're going to grab that white, good old unbleached titanium. And we're just going to squirt a little bit of that right on top of that gray that we used not too long ago. And we're just going to stipple that on again right over top of where we already had our grays just to create a nice little highlight value. We're going to come in. And you want to make sure to leave as little bit of gray in there just so it looks like it's got some shape and some shadow to it. And we're just going to keep stippling and I'm going to add a little bit on the top here. Don't be afraid to come back in and change the shape a little. And we can always come back in and reestablish those nice details we got. So again, you're just going to want to almost more circular in motion. Clouds tend to stick to themselves in little tufts and little, almost like cotton balls. And we're just going to keep slowly and gently working up all these clouds. Again, just go through each and every cloud, kind of building up a nice highlight on it. When you blend this together too, because the paint's still a little wet on the canvas, you will have a little bit of wet blending going on, so you won't have to establish a mid-tone nearly as quick. You can almost let it happen naturally as you paint. come in here on the top layer too. We're just going to want to make sure we get as much of these little curvy shapes as we can. We got to make some nice fluffy clouds.
Oh, I didn't even notice you were there.
I'm painting a sunset. Putting clouds on there.
Oh, I guess you walked away.
Well, to all the viewers at home who just tuned in, I'm painting a sunset. If you didn't catch that by now. Not the prettiest sunset in the whole world, but it's mine and I'll take that. And we're just going to finish up this last little cloud here. And we're just going to come in and kind of round her off a little bit, make her look a little more fluffy. Stipple to get a nice rounded cloud shape. Got a few clouds in there. We're just going to clean this brush off a little bit. And I'm going to come in, we're going to start working on the greens for that grass. Now I am going to put this, and I'm going to mix in a little bit of that brown, because again we don't want it too saturated. And I'm using a Dale Roundy 4 flat brush for this, because we want to get nice spiky strokes out of it, and this is a very nice flat spiky brush. I'm gonna clean my brush a little there, get a little more of this excess paint off. And then you're just gonna come in, you're gonna little strokes like this just down to help create the idea that there's grass growing on this side. And for the ones back here, down here, you can just lightly stipple it on. You can go under. You just want to create the illusion that there is foliage and grass growing on all these hills. Keep coming in with that green, and it's okay if the tones are a little different from blade of grass to blade of grass, because I don't think any two blades of grass look too similar. We're just going to come in here. You do want your frontmost grass to look a little brighter, so you're going to want to get a little more paint off your brush whenever you go do the back one. But as long as you're happy with the end result, I think that's all that really matters in it. We're just painting to have fun here. I'm just going to keep stippling and stippling and stippling. A whole lot of stippling in this. Helps create a real nice organic texture and feel to the entire painting. Now we're just going to come in, we're going to do the same thing on this side. Just going to go through this whole hill. And we're just going to want to get a nice green on all the parts of it. We're just going to keep going through, just stippling on this grass. This is a very long part of the painting process, but I think it's worth it in the end. This will look absolutely gorgeous. Alright, and next we're going to take a little bit of yellow and we're going to add that to the green. This yellow mixed with green makes a beautiful, beautiful highlight on that. And we're just going to mix that on our palette like so. And that creates a nice highlight for our green that we can just go over all those spots with. We only really want to hit the top while we're doing this. So you're just going to come through and you're kind of going to define your layers of grass using this green. And it's okay if your paint's a little thick. We can always work with that. Never hurt nobody. And you're just going to go through all of that front layer, what you want to be the foreground in your painting. You're just going to go over all that with this nice, nice, nice apple green. Now I did use sunset yellow for that. Creates a nice kind of Granny Smith apple color. Works really, really well when you're trying to accentuate your lines between different grasses or just different foliage in general. And you're just going to go down and you're going to try to accentuate that as much as you can. Little brown comes up because you scraped off a little bit of the green. That's actually probably for the best. So I think we might have used a little too much of this green, and the brown's kind of hard to see underneath. You're just going to keep coming back in. You're just going to define all of that nice grass that you worked so hard on in that first step there. You're just going to keep coming in, just stippling, trying to get your color values right. And you're just going to go through and you're just going to stipple on everything. Just going down. We're using mostly downward brush strokes here. We don't need to use a whole lot of upward brush strokes. It kind of hurts the texture that we're creating and the image that we're trying to work up here. And then you're just going to want to go on your very back layer and kind of stipple on a little bit of a highlight here. And that'll create a nice little idea that it is still getting some light even though it's not quite in the foreground. Keep going through all of it just like that. And with this area, I'm not quite happy with how it's turning out, so I'm going to go in with just a little more of this candy apple green, however you'd like to put it. I'm just going to come in, reestablish a lot of these pieces of grass up here in the background. You're just going to follow the gradient of that hill down. And we're just going to get a little tougher with our brush strokes. And we're going to go in with a little brighter of a highlight on that first layer that we want to be in the most front of our painting. We're just going to go in. I am going to create another layer of grass right here. Alright, now we've got our grass established. It's not the prettiest, but it's mine and I'll take that. Alright, and for our final little touch on this painting, I think we are going to paint a tree. I think we'll paint a tree. So for this tree, we're going to start with a nice dark black. I'm using charcoal here. Just Just got that on my palette. We're starting with black because I want to be able to work up a brown tone that looks different than what we did for the dirt. Always going to start with the base of the tree, right about here. You don't want your tree to be too big, but you also don't want your tree to be too small. So we're just going to stipple in the roots of the tree. You can even get fancy and kind of stipple in between the foreground and the background. Going to keep stippling on this nice blackie. We're just going to work our way upwards into the trunk. We're just going to keep working all these colors into our painting. We're going to make a little branch right here. And it's going to be a kind of heavier branch. We want it to look like this tree's seen some days. We're just going to create some rough branch shapes. We're going to be covering a lot of these branches up with leaves, so don't be too concerned about a perfect shape on this. You just kind of want to get the rough idea so that a little bit of these branch shapes peek through whenever you're looking at the painting. Next, we're going to go in with a little bit of our burnt umber here. We're going to brighten up this charcoal color as much as we can. And we're going to start in the middle here because that's what the light's going to be hitting the most from our perspective. And I'm just going to go branch out to all the branches. Even go in, you can add a couple more branches here and there. You just want the tree to have a nice scraggled look to it. You don't want anything looking too uniform. You can even blend in some of that black to create a nice shadow on your tree. Just continuing to tight, small brush strokes. Get the shape right there on it. I'm just going to go up through the whole trunk. Make a couple extra branches on the top here, just so I have somewhere to attach those top leaves to whenever we start painting those in. And the values are okay to be a little off and mixed up. We can always come back and fix that. Like right here with our trunk, it's a little thin on this side. I think we need to come down a little more with it. We're just going to brighten everything up with that brown. We're going to get a nice mid-tone out of that. And you always want to paint your mid-tone higher up than your darker tones. Creates a natural gradient of color, which implies that there's light hitting the branches in a certain direction. And then I'm going to come down on this side, and I'm just going to smooth brush strokes down into all the roots. It helps create that nice rooted look. And it's okay if your paint aren't exactly thin enough to spread evenly. You want those roots to look uneven if they can, because it gives them a little idea of that the grass is grown up in between them and that they're partially rooted into the ground. I'm just going to stipple right here. I'm going to go through and I'm just going to paint on these branches in their mid-tone. So now that we've got the tree established as an item that's going to be in our painting, I'm going to mix a little bit of this brown into the green, as we want it to look just a little more different than the brown and greens we've been using previously. And I'm just going to stipple on all the branches, leaves, some nice, beautiful leaves. This is a big tree, it's very old, it's going to have a lot of leaves on it. And with this, you can be a lot less careful, as you just want your tree to kind of take that tree shape. You don't need to worry too much about anything but the shape of it right now. You want to follow the curves of your branches to establish an overarching shape of where the leaves will grow and extend to. Just going to keep going around all these branches, and if there's a big gap like this, just make sure you stipple in there, but you want to leave a couple spaces see-through because it is a tree and leaves don't grow perfectly. And you're just going to keep stippling all those leaves on there in nice, tight little stippling groups. You don't want anything to look too orderly. It is a tree all. So I'm just going to keep turning my brush, stippling random motions. Towards these bottom branches, you don't need to put quite as many leaves on them, as they won't be grown in as many leaves. They're a little further away from that sun, so they don't get used quite as often. I am going to try to get as many branches and leaves on here as I can. And then I'm just going to come in with a little brighter of a green towards the center. We're just going to keep stippling on all of them. Go in a little brighter. It gives those leaves some nice variation to them. And we're just going to keep stippling on until we have a full tree swaying in the wind here. Now we're just going to want to blend all these colors together the best we can. You don't want any too stark of contrast in your painting that suspends the disbelief, makes it seem too unrealistic. And again, that area, there's just a little too much brown coming through for my liking, so I'm just going to bring in a little more green, and I'm going to blend that right in there on my canvas. You don't have to be careful about blending on the canvas. You just got to use your brush to create the textures and gradients that you want to be present in your painting. Here I'm doing a little bit of swirling because I want it to almost match the way the clouds swirl, but I want it to look organic enough to where you know it is a completely different material. So I am going to mix in a little bit of jagged edges here, and I am going to mix in a little bit of the swirls as well. And then I'm just going to come in, gently stipple on to create those final textures. And I'm going to get this bottom here to create the last couple loops on it. Create a nice shadow. I'm going to bring up a little bit of that brown right into the bottom leaves here. And there you have it. That's a quick, easy painting done here in the studio. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's done. I think we're going to run our next video on our favorite date ideas. If we could get that running, that'd be great. Stay tuned for more later today.
Have you ever wondered what some people do on dates? Well, I asked a few Staley students what they do on their dates, or some cute date ideas that maybe they had. Let's see what they say.
Probably some like, I don't know, whatever your partner's like favorite food is, take them out to that restaurant or something. I know mine, her favorite is, she likes sushi, so we take her to this place called Sake.
A cute date idea would be maybe dressing up cute, going to the city market, going to go try cute stuff like bubble tea, and then having some cute food there, getting ice cream at Betty Ray's, and then going to the lake and watching the sunset.
Nah, but going camping with your partner is a really cute date idea, I feel like. You know, you can sit around the warm campfire, snuggle up maybe, sleep in the same tent, who knows. I personally like fishing, that's really cool, you know. And it's an opportunity to sort of get away from the world and life and all the people around you and just spend quality time with someone, which is really hard to do nowadays because of how busy everything is all the time, you know. It's hard to get some quality alone time, especially if you have parents.
Fair.
And you can eat s'mores and hot dogs. It's a great time.
I think just going to somebody's house and watching a movie and sitting down and cuddling, and especially Disney movies. That's the best.
I feel like simple date is the way to go, you know. Ice cream or like just dinner and then like something easy like a movie. I don't know. That's my preference.
I don't know. Just going to a nice restaurant, you know. Go somewhere fancy. I don't know. Nice and fancy. I don't know.
For me, I think a cute date idea would be like something that spans throughout the entire day. Like say, like a picnic date, like around lunch, and you like go out somewhere to eat for dinner, or like just like a really nice place. Or you could do something like just for fun, like go to Walmart, just have like a good time and get like random stuff to have like an at-home night kind of date type vibe.
Signing out for STTV, this is Isabella Kiewel and Mike Huey.
I think you need a bigger size.
Yeah.
There we go, we should be good.
Alright. Welcome back, guys. Hope you enjoyed that little commercial break video type thing we got there. So today on Cooking with Mike, we're doing it live, and we're going to start off by making some quesadillas. First thing first is I'm going to get this roaring at roughly 200 degrees. We don't really need it to be too hot. We're just melting cheese here. First, what we got to do is we got to spray it down with a little bit of Pam. Can't have your quesadillas sticking to it. Alright, and now we just gotta wait for it to heat up a little bit. As you can see, when the pan starts to kind of crinkle together, we are gonna be getting more of that heat. Seems like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. I'm not getting any power. Well, that's not good. Oh, no, we're heating up. All right.
Oh, we're good.
So, while we're waiting for that to heat up... No, I didn't see that. While we're waiting for that to heat up, we're going to grab a plate here. And we're just going to load down a couple quesadillas. So, I like to take our quesadillas, and I like to do 2 tortillas instead of just 1. You can fold it in half like this and grill it like that with the cheese in the middle, but personally, I think it's easier to cut whenever we have it 2 on top of each other. So I'm going to take my cheese here. You can use whatever kind of cheese you got on hand. I just had mozzarella for today. Real stringy. But it's got a good flavor to it too, so I'm not too concerned. We're just going to set a little bit in there. Make sure you wash your hands before you do this.
Did you wash your hands? Can I join this party?
Yeah, join the party.
Alrighty.
It's
And
vibes in TV or all.
then we're just going to set that down there like that. While you're waiting for the first one to start melting and grilling, go ahead and make your second one.
You can definitely smell it.
Yeah.
Do you need like something to flip it?
Okay. And now we're just waiting. Now, a good thing for if you're worried about burning quesadillas or anything you're toasting, generally what you want to wait for is when you see the top layer of it to start drooping down. That indicates whenever your bottom layer is cooked all the way through and you can start flipping it. For things like steaks and meats like that, you're going to want to look at the very top layer of the meat and you're going to want to see if there's any blood or collagen coming up to the top, and that's when you'll know to flip a steak. Now we're just waiting. We want to get a nice brown coat on the bottom of this tortilla here, but it does take time. I know in most of the Cooking with Mikes we've aired in the past, it looks very fast, but it's actually quite a slow process in itself. While we're waiting for this, why don't we go around and just say what we're thankful for.
Okay.
So you, Liv?
Oh, I'm just thankful for how great Media Marathon is and Mike's ability to cook.
Yes. I'm very thankful to have people that I can reach out to when I need it, and I'm thankful for graduation.
Preach.
I'm thankful that I don't have to worry about this next year. Very stressful, but it is very fun all the same.
I'm thankful for my friends, my family, my boyfriend, and Media Marathon, because this is kind of fun. So,
It is fun.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Now we can start to see that's starting to fry on the bottom there. If you want to see if the cheese has started to melt, you can just pull up the top layer like so. If it's not gonna, you're just gonna wait for that cheese to melt. And once you have it melted together, it'll hold the whole thing. It's kind of like a glue. So once that's done, you can just flip it right over. It should cook just fine.
Ooh, it's smelling now. Got
Oh,
that
yeah.
nice cheese smell.
I don't even know what kind of pan this is. Oh. Not Pam at all. That's all over cooking spray. Well, we'll make it work.
This should be interesting.
We'll make it work.
Yeah.
Now we'll wait for Brooke to get back with a spatula so I can flip this over. Hopefully it doesn't burn in the meantime.
There's not one in this room.
Alrighty. Well, it turns out we actually don't have a spatula that's available to use at the moment, so I am going to be very careful in flipping this. I am going to still use another instrument to flip it. Pull it onto the plate like so if you don't ever have a spatula. Boom. Don't even need a spatula, just like that. Improvise. Here in STTV, we make it work with what we got. I'm going to go ahead and put this second tortilla down so I can start assembling my third one.
Look at that golden brown.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Nice and good.
Now you can obviously toast it for longer if you want it crispier, but personally I don't like it too crispy. I don't like the idea of eating Doritos when I'm trying to eat a quesadilla.
Fair.
Alright. And because we do have a large griddle here, we're not using something like a panini press or anything like that, we can go ahead and just slap them right on. You don't even need to worry about spacing. They won't cook together. It's bread, so it's not known to do that. Alright. Now we're just going to carefully move this off. Kind of pull it up a little bit if you have to. Pull it onto the plate. Flip it over. Got one quesadilla here ready to serve.
Yay!
Oh, thank you, Mike.
Alright, and while the other two are cooking, you can go ahead and assemble a fourth.
I'm gonna wait for this to cool down, and then I'm gonna rate it out of 10.
Yes.
Start pulling it apart.
This is all we have.
That'll work.
Okay.
I was like, I don't want the quesadilla to burn.
Okay, that works.
So Brooke has come in, and I did forget tongs or spatulas today, so she went and got some for us.
Yay!
Tongs coming in clutch.
And with your tongs, a little tricky because these are not normal tongs. You just go ahead and flip your quesadillas right on their side.
Those look good.
Simple but effective.
Yes.
You just gotta let them cook. Now, if you do see any smoke, and smoke's usually darker in color, you're going to want to pull those as quick as you can because it's burning. Now, if you see steam, which is very light and almost white in color, that just means all the moisture from inside the food is starting to evaporate because of the heat. It's pretty easy to get those confused, and a lot of people will look at their stuff and think, oh, it's just kind of letting off a little bit of steam, but it's really burning, and vice versa. So, a good way to tell is you just got to really watch the color of what you're cooking. Certain things like shrimp turn more of an orange when they're cooked, and if it starts to go from an orange to a brown, then you know it's burning. And that kind of goes for everything. Like bread usually turns a golden brown once it's cooked, but once it starts to burn, it starts to blacken and get charred. So if you ever see that on any food you're cooking, you probably want to go ahead and take it off and try again. All right, we're going to check the other side of this quesadilla right here because I believe this is the first one I put on. Ooh, a little tricky here. Ooh, I think that one is ready to plate up. And we'll check this one too. I think it does probably need a little more time on the first side. It's not quite as crispy as the other one. And we're going to look at our fourth one here. And if you are having trouble picking it up like I am, don't worry about that. It happens to the best of us. You just got to be persistent and don't give up. And now that this has got a couple extra seconds on this side, it's much more of a golden brown and looks a lot more appetizing.
I want to sit back. This looks really good.
And then we're just waiting to pull this one off, see how it looks. I think that's cooked enough for us. This one needs a little more time. And in between batches, you're always going to want to just apply a little more cooking spray. You don't want anything getting burnt onto this because that is a hassle and a half to clean. That's no fun. While we're doing that, while we're waiting for that one to finish cooking up, we can assemble our last tortilla. Or quesadilla, sorry.
I give this cheese quesadilla a 10 out of 10.
That good.
Yes. An 11 out of 10, actually. It's
Wow,
very, very
breaking the
good.
scale with?
Dang.
Sheesh. They must be pretty good.
Yes.
Are the other ones still too hot or no?
No, you can go ahead and take one. Ooh, that one's done too.
Mine felt like warm with my fingers, but it's not that hot in my mouth.
Yeah, the cheese, key to that, having a nice warm exterior but not too hot of an interior, is you just got to refrigerate the cheese before you cook it. Make sure you don't leave it sitting out on the countertop or it'll warm up too much and then it'll be real hot and like molten in your mouth.
Good to know.
You can go ahead and take
Never
one.
would have thought of that. Well, yeah, you just took that one off, so I didn't really want to do it hot.
Here, I'll switch you out then.
Thank you.
What time is it?
Oh, yeah.
44. 43.
42. Got almost 15 more
You have one
minutes.
more video,
You
too.
killed a lot of time with the paint.
I don't know how long that video is.
It was good, though. Your paint looked really good. Your painting.
Alright. And here's what I'm talking about when I say that nice golden brown. Look at that. That is just absolutely gorgeous.
Did you burn yourself?
No.
He just does this. This is a dance move.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Get all the ladies.
So, taking a bite yet?
No, because it's hot. I'm letting it cool off first.
You can put it in the fridge if you want.
I could.
Alright, and while we're waiting for this, I'm just going to take a seat up here because my feet hurt and I'm on the floor.
My feet hurt and I'm on the floor.
How long that last video was.
Alright, just a little longer on this here.
Do you want me to move it closer?
Well, I think we are getting to the end of our shift, so I just want to thank all the viewers that are out there watching right now, all
Yes.
less than 10 of you. It means a lot to us. We work really hard on the Media Marathon every year, and we really appreciate you tuning in. It means a lot to every student here as they have worked all year coming up to this, and this is our big end of the year event, and it just really does mean a lot to us that you're watching right now, and I can't thank you enough for that.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, I'm going to check that last side on our quesadilla. I think that's cooked enough for what we're doing here today.
They look like pancakes.
All right, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for this segment of Cooking with Mike. I think Hannah in our control room has our last video for this shift. I think she's going to run it soon. So, again, just thank y'all for watching, and stay tuned for more.
Is it going?
This week, I decided to go around school and ask everybody some questions about slumber parties because our theme this year for Media Marathon is slumber parties. So I went through each grade level and a couple teachers and I asked them what their favorite movies were, what their favorite snacks were, and what time they thought it was okay to fall asleep at the sleepover.
Sleepover movie, probably the first Shrek. Mainly just because it's like one of my favorite childhood movies and it's really funny. And you know, Shrek's just a meme in general, so watching Shrek is always joyful.
Best movie, bro, Speed Racer. Every time that movie hits. Every time.
Oh my god, there's so many great ones. I mean, there's Step Brothers, there's Animal House from the 70s, there's House Party from the 80s. I like all the like kind of fun movies. I'm gonna go probably though with probably with Old School. That's just my go-to movie. I love Old School. Oh no, I do love. I just thought of another one actually. Blazing Saddles has got to be in there too. God, I love Blazing Saddles too. Anything just that's just funny and just makes you laugh and is quotable. That's why I like Old School and Blazing Saddles and Step Brothers, just because they're all such great, quotable, fun movies.
Mean Girls.
For sleepovers, Step Brothers. There's no other answer.
Oh my gosh. Talladega Nights. That movie with sleepovers, because it gives everyone a good laugh. Also, oh my gosh, what is that movie called? It's the one with, McLovin. So that is the ultimate sleepover movie. It is so funny. It's like, it's to the point where it's like so stupid that it gets everyone laughing, but.
I mean, I would say probably something stupid like Mean Girls. I don't know. I usually let other people choose.
Probably like Sour Patch Kids. I feel like that's the best, just like in general.
Snack? Bro, white cheddar Cheez-Its, everyone loves them. Easiest snack ever.
Ooh, what snack am I bringing? Probably Cool Ranch Doritos. I do love me some Cool Ranch, and they're easily shareable, and everybody likes them. So probably, yeah, Cool Ranch Doritos.
Pretzels. They're just really good. There's no way to top pretzels, for sure.
My favorite sleepover snack is raw broccoli.
My favorite snack probably would be Doritos or like, I don't know, Oreos or something.
Last. Never fall asleep first, always fall asleep last.
Sometime after 2:45 a.m., but before 3:30 p.m. or a.m.
Never. I mean, it is a sleepover, but that's just in word only. The object is to stay up all night, and then you go home at like, I don't know, 8 or 9 and just crash all day. But a sleepover is about partying and having fun all night and just being crazy and watching movies. And, you know, when I was a kid, we used to prank call people. Of course, you can't do that anymore because we got caller ID, but you got to do all that fun stuff when you're a kid.
Like 2 a.m.
7:30 a.m. or p.m. p.m.
It depends. Like, if I'm tired, I go to bed really early. But, I'd say like 1 or 2. It just depends.
Welcome back, everybody. We only have a couple minutes left on our shift right now. Oh, whoops.
No, I turned it on.
Okay. We only have a couple minutes on our shift left right now. So we're going to sit here. I think we're probably just going to play a couple more games of Coup to pass the time.
Let's do it. Yeah. I got the double tortilla.
Let us just get some of this cooking with mic equipment out the way here. Don't want that getting in the way.
Not in the way of the card. No.
You can unplug that lid.
It's unplugged.
You guys can go ahead and set up the deal.
Layton, do you want to play Coup with us?
What is it?
It's a card game called Coup.
It's really simple.
I can.
Yeah. Top squat, man. Come on down.
Yeah.
Join the third shift. All right. So, Layton,
Yeah,
we played this a little earlier on camera for the live stream and everybody. How the game works is you have this. You draw 2 cards. Each card corresponds to one of these. So the Duke allows you to take 3 coins. These are your coins. The captain allows you to steal 2 coins, and he can also block other captains. The assassin can pay 3 coins and hurt a player. The Contessa can block the assassin. And the ambassador, you get to draw 2 new cards and put your old cards back. So everybody gets 2 cards to start with, and you get 2 coins to start with. The coins are called power, and the cards are called influence.
Okay.
You only can ever have a maximum of 2 cards in this game. They are essentially how you win or lose. If you lose both your cards, you lose the game and you're out. If you have both your cards at the end and you're the last person with both your cards, you win. So let's where'd Brooke run off to?
I think she went to go get her plate really quick. I'm not sure. We can grab our cards.
Yeah, we'll all grab our cards for now. I'll go first just to give Layton a little idea of what's going on.
Okay.
Oh,
the
Brooke's
burrito
back.
blanket.
Yeah! Tortilla blanket. Yeah.
Go ahead and draw your cards. Okay. All right. So first things first. I am going to Duke. So
Always with the Duke.
The Duke allows you to take 3.
Okay, my turn?
Yeah, your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna switch out my cards. If I can pick them up.
And so you're not supposed to let anyone else see your cards. That's really bad.
Did you see it?
I kind of got a glance, but I'm not gonna remember it here in a minute.
All right.
It's your turn, Brooke.
Okay.
I'm going to just do this.
Now, Leighton, it's your turn. Now, if you have a duke, you can tax and take 3 coins. If you have a captain, you can steal 2 coins from someone. If you have an assassin, you can't do anything quite yet, sadly. If you have a contessa, you also can't do anything quite yet. And if you have an ambassador, you can exchange your cards.
I want a captain.
Okay, so who are you going to captain?
Okay, Leighton. Let's see how it is.
Now it's back to my turn. I'm also going to captain.
Excuse you. What was that for?
Annihilated. Okay.
Fun.
Okay, sure. You can have all the fun you want, Mike. Whatever. So
This is a
whatever.
fun game.
I know.
And I'm in the middle.
It's a good thing you're in the middle of this. Ornate then, I guess.
All right.
I'm going to assassinate.
What? Yeah, just go read through.
This early?
Yeah. So income, anyone can do it before naked.
I don't know. That's
But
your call.
cannot be forename,
What?
take 2 pens, cannot be challenged, can
Dang.
be blocked by a player
Throw it
playing
away.
the duke. So I have a duke,
Get rid of
and you
it.
want a forename, I can block.
You don't need it here.
Whose turn is it?
Liv just assassinated
Liv just
Phil.
assassinated me.
Okay.
So rude.
So it's Leighton's turn.
Okay. I'm going to ambassador.
All right, so you put both your cards at the bottom. And make sure you got 2 cards. I am...
Girl, I know
I'm
what
gonna
you're
coup
gonna do.
Bella.
I knew you were gonna do that.
coup
I knew it.
me?
I knew it.
Yeah.
How dare you? I'm
So,
out.
when you have 7 coins, you can just directly attack someone, and if you get 10 coins, you have to directly attack. So 7 is optional, 10 is mandatory.
He's got a
to
snack.
attack someone,
He's got
to
a
attack
snack.
someone, that means they're out.
Yep. If you lose both your cards, so every time you're attacked and it goes through, nobody can block it, you lose a card. If you lose 2 cards, you lose the game. So it'll be your turn now, Brooke.
Okay. I'll take my turn.
Can you use a card and attack in the same round?
No, it's 1 thing per round. Oh yeah, and whenever a person dies, so all their coins go back into that. All right, Liv.
Oh wait, that's not right.
I'm also going to.
All right. Leighton.
I'm going to Duke.
All right. I'm gonna ambassador.
Right.
Oh, and also, if you think so, yeah.
Oh, I thought you had all the
So,
cards.
Yeah, I got the whole
so
deck.
the whole kind of deal about this game is you say you have a card, no one really knows if you do. So I could straight up lie to you. I could have not had the ambassador, and you can call me out and say coup, right?
Oh, okay.
And if I don't actually have the ambassador, then I lose 1 card. Make
It's like
sense?
BS.
Yeah, it's kind of like BS. Yeah. All right. It's your turn, Brooke.
I forget you're not in the game. I'm like, girl.
We targeted
But she's
her.
got the tortillas. She's good.
Yeah.
I'm going to Hornet.
Liv. I'm also going to forename.
Tough call. Tough call. I think I'm going to captain.
Oh, okay. Okay.
How many coins does that put you at?
I think that's 9.
9? So you can coup someone right now.
Well, I just used a card, so I can't.
Oh,
right?
well,
Yeah.
I mean, next turn, of course. Going to forename. Brooke?
I'm gonna assassinate Leighton.
What? No.
I call on that. You don't have an assassin. You do not have an assassin.
How do you know?
You don't have an assassin. I just know you don't have an assassin. Let's see it then. Let's show me your assassin. because you don't have one. You don't have one. So Leighton, you don't have to get rid of a card. So you gotta put one at the bottom. You lost one.
No, I definitely have one. Whatever though, it's fine. I'll just donate it for charity.
Right.
Charity reasons.
All right, Luke.
I am going to assassinate Leighton.
Why? It's I don't have a lot of coins. I'm kind of running low over here.
Girl, you're running low.
If you have the Contessa, you can block her assassinate. So if you have the one that has that symbol on it and that name, you can block her assassinate and she won't be able to hurt you. But if you don't, you have to take it.
Oh, I have to lose a card now.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to foreign aid.
Wait, I don't get to play?
No,
you still have a card,
Oh,
so you
wait,
can play.
wait. My bad, bud. Go ahead, man.
I'm gonna.
Wow, you're just skipping like that?
Going to attack.
There's a chance for a
Girl,
coup.
don't look at me. Come on, man.
Are you gonna coup?
Why?
I'm gonna coup Brooke.
Oh, that's so mean.
Brooke dies and you lose 70 points.
I think I had 9.
Contessa.
Oh, dang.
All right, my turn.
Yeah.
I'm going to foreign aid.
Okay. Being foreign.
All right.
I'm also going to foreign.
All right, Leighton.
Gonna captain.
There you go, Leighton. Kill him. Kill him slowly. Slow death.
I'm going to. Yeah.
I'm going to assassinate Mike.
Yeah,
I'm
live.
gonna block with the Contessa.
But yes, you don't have to.
No, I don't.
Ah.
Boom. You lose both your cards, don't you?
No, just one.
No.
Oh.
It would be you, like, if you were assassinating him and you didn't have an assassin.
Okay.
So now it's
Or
my
Wait, do
turn.
I play my assassin card or
No.
keep it?
You keep it. Now my turn.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna duke.
Nice. Way to go,
assassin.
It's all right.
I'm gonna duke for 3.
All right. I'm gonna pay 3 and assassinate Liv.
Oh, thank you, Mike. I'm gonna block you.
Woo!
BS. I don't believe you.
Throw your card away.
Yeah!
And now
Way
I
to
get
go,
another
Liv!
card.
Oh, if you use the Contessa, you can't use it again.
Well, she
Correct.
blocked it,
I
and
had
I
to
called
prove
her.
it.
I called her
Oh.
block. I was dead either way.
So
Because
you
the
lose-
Contessa,
so you lose
I
the
would have.
card because you blocked it.
Because she blocked it with the Contessa, I would have to toss my card again. All right, so it's just you two. It's your turn now, Leighton.
Battle it out, guys.
I'm going to attack.
Oh, boy.
I'll pay the 7 for it. Yeah.
There goes that. I'm gonna take 2.
Alright, I'm gonna duke.
I'm gonna take 2.
Duke again.
I'm gonna use 3 to assassinate you.
Oh, and then I'm.
Call it. Call it. She doesn't have
You
it.
don't have the assassins.
I sure do. Throw that card.
Because I remember the.
W! Yeah, Liv! Nice!
I find it funny, no one called me out because I only had 1 card, and then I said captain, and then in this next turn I said, alright, I'm gonna duke.
When
and
you
I only
said
had
duke,
1
I was
card.
like-
What did you have?
I had the duke, and so I was
I had
hoping no
2
one called me out on the
assassins.
captain, and then they would call me out on the duke, and then I'd be like, I have.
All right. Well, I think that wraps up our shift. We're gonna go into thank yous, and again, we thank all you guys for watching out there. Hannah in our control room is gonna run the thank yous here in a minute. Stay tuned for more. The next shift should be just as exciting, if not more. Y'all have a safe day out there. I think that's gonna be the rest of it for us tonight.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys!
Thank you.
Thank you!
Thank you, guys.